literally, I felt like Obafemi is someone that people have kind of, I don't know. Like a lot of people these days, they're really a big fan of Obafemi, and they think he's gonna have this big up and coming career, and he's gonna be the future of the business. This main eventer, and he's gonna be a multiple time world champion, multiple time WWE champion, and all these things. And I just don't think any of that's gonna happen. I'm just being honest, because Obafemi, and I've said this for the longest time, man, and it's like I don't like saying these things because I want the best for these new up and comer people, especially the younger talent. We need newer talent and younger talent and people that can carry the business and be the new future stars, right? We need those things, and I want those things. And these are things I've been asking for the longest times. But whenever I see people hyping up all these new up and comers, I never really understand, because have we not seen the booking from Triple H? How he's booked all these new talents, these new younger talents. Have we not seen it? Have we not seen how he books new people? The people that are hyped, and the people that the younger people. Have we not seen Triple H fumble all these people throughout the years? And that's why I just don't see. I don't understand why people can't understand the fact that Obafemi is not going to be any different. Obafemi is just going to be someone that people are behind for now, and eventually people are going to get tired of him, because if he's going to be booked trash and he's not going to be doing anything, they're going to get tired of him, and eventually he's probably the biggest thing he's going to do is win like the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title, and his title reigns are going to be garbage, and eventually people are going to they're gonna get tired of his trash booking and his character, and they're gonna turn on him. I know that's what's gonna happen, and I'm not gonna be one of those people that are gonna say, "Oh man, you fans are fickle. You fans are fickle," right? Because at the end of the day, man, you can have hope for someone and want the best for them, but if they're booked like trash, why would you have to say all of a sudden now that they're good just because you were behind them and wanted the best for them? Why do you all of a sudden have to continue rooting for them and thinking that they're good, and thinking that they're gonna like why would you want to continue being behind someone when you see them being booked like trash? It's like at the end of the day, man, like I don't see it that way. You can have hope for someone to be good, but if they're not being booked good after so long, why would you want someone to continue to support that character? For what reason? What if you already know that they're trash, why would you want to still be behind them after all this time? Why would you want people to do that? I don't get it. So I don't mind people turning their back on people that they had hope for, or maybe people that they liked, right? Because if they continue being booked garbagely, or they just go down, or maybe they are garbage and they just continue getting worse, it's just like, I don't blame people for turning on them, bro. I don't. Because you can have all the high hopes for people and think that maybe they're somewhat good, but if they continue to be booked like trash, why would you want people to still be behind them, bro? Obafemi is not going to be any different. He's going to be someone that people are behind right now, but as soon as he continues to be booked like trash, like how he is right now, people are going to turn on him. The highest thing that I see him doing is winning the U.S. title or the IC title. Or both, right? He could do either one, but that's his highest limit. He's not He's not winning the WWE championship. He's not winning the world title. He's not doing anything above the mid card titles, and that's it. And honestly, I don't even see him winning any title anytime soon. I don't, because like the way he's being booked right now, he's been here for months, and all he's done since he's debuted in like what? He's debuted to the main roster in like what, in January? And what has he done? What has he done? All he does is just he comes out there, he fights these like smaller guys, these jobbers, and he brawls with them, or he has a match with them and he squashes them, and that's it. Then every now and then he'll cut a promo saying, "I am the ruler. I am the mountain that you cannot climb." He says some bullshit like that and talks about how he's the future and how he's the best and blah, blah, blah. Just saying the typical promo that you hear all these new, younger talents say. And that's it. That's all he says. And that's all he does. It's just do these squash masters and these fucking pointless ass brawls with jobbers, and that's it. So what is so special about Obafemi? What is so special? You can't even say he's special from a physique standpoint, because he's like this, like, he's big and strong, don't get me wrong, but like he has this chubby physique, and it's just fucking, it's like, man, can't, like, you can't even say that that's good about him either. Like, there's really nothing good to say about him other than he's just a tall guy with muscles. Like, yeah, he has muscles, but that's really it. His physique, though, overall, is just fucking trash. I feel like most of the muscle that he has is just because of the fact that he's a chubby guy. His physique fucking sucks. He's literally like you're. If it wasn't for how tall he is, he would just be another fucking what's it called? He would be another like Jacob Fatu, or another another, not Gunther, but like another fucking, what's it called? Like Kevin Owens, people like that. These like short, chubby guys. Like, that's literally how he would be. So there's literally nothing special about Obafemi other than he's tall and he has muscles. But that's it. Other than that, he's trash. He's boring. He has no personality whatsoever. And so that's why when I see people hyping him up, I just don't understand why. Why do people do that? What's the reason? Why do people like this guy so much? Like, what promo has he cut that is so interesting? Like, what? Like, tell me. Like, what? Name one promo from him over these past couple of months that he's been on the main roster that has actually been good. Name one. And what exactly was good about it? Like, break it down into pieces and explain what exactly was good about it, because I don't want to see, like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just want answers, man, because I just don't understand why people are so behind this guy. Like, why? Even his fucking theme song, I don't know. I mean, you really, all he has to him from like, the only thing that people like about this guy, like, I'm talking in terms of the crowd, is like, they only really react whenever he, like, to his music, right? They react to his music and they do the ooh, ooh. Then they do the walking thing that he does. Literally, but that's it. That's all. Like, the crowd doesn't really react to anything that he says overall, though, when he's on that microphone. And he doesn't really say anything that special either to begin with. So it's like, why would they be cheering so much for him? It's like, Obafemi, like, he's someone that I know can be good. I know he can. But the way he's being booked right now, I just don't see anything happening for this guy. You know, and I'm not gonna be one of those. I'm not even gonna be like that's why I'm not gonna be like intern John and fucking C-Jax and all these like Heels Advocate, like all these fucking people. You know, they're behind Obafemi so much, and I don't understand why. Like, why? What is so special about him? He has potential, yes, but what has he said or done so far on the main roster that makes you think that he's gonna be this big star and he's gonna be the future? And like, what? What is he? What makes you think he's gonna have this good career? I just don't get it, man. I really don't. Obafemi, he's gonna be just like Braun Breaker. People thought people had so much high hopes for Braun Breaker, and they thought he was gonna be the future. And same with Dominic Mysterio, they thought that they were gonna be the future, and they were gonna do so much great things in this business. They were gonna be the new young talent that's gonna be the future. And what have they? And look where they're at now. Just jobbers doing a whole lot of nothing, saying a whole lot of nothing. You know, Braun Breaker, he's fucking trash. He's trash, and so is Dominic Mysterio. Neither Dom or Braun Breaker can cut a promo. You know, and he can cut a few good lines here and there, Braun Breaker and Dominic, but like other than that, that's it. That's it. Other than that, they're just trash, and that's why I don't know, man. I don't see what's so special about Oba. I saw the Word Lifer, you know, he made his video about Obafemi, and Casual Q, I saw his video about Obafemi, and I agreed with him. Obafemi, you know, he is overrated. Everything that they said about him, I agreed with. You know, Obafemi, he's just someone that I just don't understand why people are so behind this guy. Literally. What is so special about Obafemi? And I don't like I said, I don't like talking about young talent like this that I know have potential, but it's like, man, when we have a booker like Triple H in charge, and the way he's already booking these young talents, that's why I say the things that I say, because I've already seen what he's done with these younger talents, the ones that came before people like Obafemi and Trick Williams, and you know, like the people that came before them, they were booked like trash. The younger talent that came before Obafemi and Trick Williams and Javon Evans, they were booked like trash. So why would I think Obafemi, Trick Williams, and Javon Evans are going to be any different when they're also being booked like trash so far that they've been on the main roster right now? You know? Like, Obafemi's over here doing open challenges. Why? Why the fuck is he doing open challenges for? Why the fuck would he do that? He just beat Brock Lesnar, and, you know, you would think that he would have some amazing storylines, some epic feuds to be in. Or he would be in the title picture right now, right? With like Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes. But no. He's out here fucking doing open challenges for what? To have more matches with jobbers? To have more squash matches with jobbers? Who gives a fuck? Why would I care about this shit? He was already doing this shit for months. Having brawls with jobbers. Having squash matches with jobbers. People that I don't fucking care about. People that most people don't fucking care about. Matches that are meaningless that people don't care about in general. So why would I care about him continuing this by making an open challenge now all of a sudden that he beat Brock Lesnar? This was supposed to be a passing of the torch. But it's not going anywhere. Like, man, I just... I don't know, man. Because even 2 days after after WrestleMania, what did he do? He came out there and said, "I am the ruler." That's all he said, and then he left. Then he comes back a week later on this Monday Night Raw, this week, and he's over here talking about open challenges. Like, what the fuck? For what? Just so you can have a match, and then beat someone in like 2 minutes and that's it. Like, come on, man. What is so entertaining about that? Oh, he's big and dominant. Okay, and where's his personality? Where's his storylines? Where's his good promos? You're gonna need a lot more than just fucking being a big, strong guy that could beat people up. That can dominate people. Like you're gonna need much more than that, bro. It ain't just about the height. It ain't just about being strong. You need to have personality. You need to have charisma. You need to have, good storylines. But Obafemi has none. So why the fuck would I be behind this guy? So yeah, that's all I have to say about Obafemi. Obafemi, like I said, he's trash. He is. And it's not like I'm just wanting. Like I said, I'm not just wanting to say these things just to say it, but the way he's being booked, I don't have any hope for this guy. We've seen how Triple H, first of all, how he books younger talent, right? Like people like Carmelo Hayes that came to the main roster like 2 years ago. And what was the biggest? What did Carmelo Hayes do for all these 2 years? What did he do? Like all he was doing was just like, first of all, he was barely cutting any promos, and he had no storylines at all. And he was just having these pointless ass matches with other jobbers, and like every now and then he would compete for the US championship. And that's it. Then eventually he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and that was the biggest thing he did. Then he continued doing a whole lot of nothing all the way till he won the championship from Sammy. And that's it. It's like that was the biggest highlight of his career. And now he's still doing a whole lot of nothing ever since he lost the title. So Carmelo Hayes is one example, but even people like fucking Tiffany Stratton, who you can say had a better career than Carmelo, because at least she, not long after she had came to the main roster, like literally a couple of months later, she won the WWE Championship from Nia Jax. But like her title reign was booked garbage. She was fighting the same fucking people. She was fighting Nia Jax and Jade Cargill. Like she was fighting with them for months. And that's all her title reign consisted of. She was not cutting any entertaining promos. She was not really wrestling. She had no storyline. She was wrestling the same fucking people. So she's another example of a young talent being booked like trash after coming up from NXT. She's a second example. A third example I could give is someone like fucking, who else? Braun Breaker. People had such high hopes for him, but since he's came to the main roster, what has he fucking done? He's cut no entertaining promos. He was barely even cutting promos to begin with when he came from NXT. Like he literally came to fucking Monday Night Raw and he was barely cutting any promos, and whenever he did, it was nothing memorable, nothing special. He was just saying a whole lot of nothing on that microphone. And then he won the Intercontinental Championship, and he had a pretty good back and forth with Jey Uso, but that's it. Then him and Jey won the title, and then they lost the title, and then they won the title. Like they traded back and forth, but Braun Breaker ended up being the winner overall in that feud. He kept the championship, and he continued doing nothing with it. He barely wrestled. He was not cutting any promos. He had no storylines. And then he randomly teams with Seth Rollins in Division. And he just continued being a jobber, just doing a whole lot of nothing, saying a whole lot of nothing. No storylines. The only difference is now he's a lackey jobber instead of just a regular jobber. So that's just a third example of a younger talent being booked like trash. So Obafemi is not going to be any different. That's pretty much my point. And none of these other NXT people that are coming up that people are excited about, they're not going to be any different either. It's all just a cheap pop, and that's all they're ever going to be. It's just to get y'all excited to think that they're going to have some big push, but they're not going anywhere, unfortunately. So Obafemi, I don't like him, but it's because of the way he's being booked. I don't have high hopes for him because of that. So that's all I have to say at this point.